Om Vakratunga Mahakaya Suryakoti Samaprabha Nirvignam Kuru Me Deva Sarvakaryeshu Sarvada. Om Shri Mahaganapataye Namaha. Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om. Sadashiva Samarambham Shankaracharya Madhyamam Asmadacharya Paryantam Vande Guru Paramparam. Asmad Gurubhyo Namaha. श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानामालयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादं शङ्करं लोकशङ्करं शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति मूर्तिभेदविभागिने व्योमवद्व्याप्तदेहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। ओम श्री मेधा दक्षिणामूर्ति स्वामिने नमः। ओम सहनाववतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ओम शांति शांति शांति। हरिः ओम श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः। हरिः ओम। Namaste all of you once again.
Namaste Guruji.
Namaste Guruji.
Namaste Guruji.
Namaste Mama.
So in the last class,
Namaste.
we finished the 6th sloka, the last one, of the Mangala slokas which are not part of the Mahabharata text. Okay. And that was Yasya Smarna Matrena Janma Samsara Bandhanat Vimuchyate Namastasmai Vishnave Prabha Vishnave. Om Namo Vishnave Prabha Vishnave. So we prayed to that Lord Vishnu to bless all of us in the study of this Vishnu Sahasranama meanings with the help of Adi Shankaracharya's Bhashya. So that was the prayer we offered, right? So now we enter the proper Bhashyam text. So if you have all got the text with you, you can refer to that. Because before starting the Mangala Shloka, explanation of the Mangala Shlokas as per the Mahabharata text, what Adi Shankara does is, he has composed 3 slokas as Mangala Shlokas to begin the Mangala Shlokas of Mahabharata text. So much Mangalam is being brought into the picture, right in the beginning itself. And this is the practice, any Acharya, whenever he commences any text or any work, especially scriptural work, he will start with offering his prayers to his Guru, to Ishvara. And in many cases, in the prayers itself, he will explain why he is writing this text, why he has embarked upon this task of either writing the Bhashyam or writing the text or composing the text. So in keeping with that tradition, here Adi Shankara also starts with 3 Mangala Shlokas, right? But Mangala means what? Auspiciousness. We always have to, keep on thinking about auspicious things and auspiciousness only, right? And whatever we start should be completed auspiciously and successfully. So like that, this Vishnu Sahasranama talks also should be successfully, without any obstacles, without any bhadam. It should go, progress. So all these are important. And not only that, it is not enough that we learn. It should reach a wider audience. More and more people should be able to, get the benefit of this explanation of Vishnu Sahasranama. And that should help the humankind for a very, very long time. So with all these good intentions is what these Mangala Shlokas are composed, right? So we will enter this Mangala Shloka first written by Shankaracharya. I will chant the slokas and then we will understand the meaning also briefly. And what you can do is, if you have the text, you can chant wherever you are on a mute mode so that other people are not getting disturbed. Okay. Satchidananda Rupaya Krishnaya Klishtakarine Namo Vedanta Vedyaya Urave Buddhi Sakshine. This is the first Mangala Shloka. Yes, written. It starts with Satchidananda Rupaya. Right? So let us see the meaning of this shloka. It says Gurave Namaha. So first, Adi Shankara is saluting Bhagavan Krishna as the Guru. Right? Krishnam Vande Jagat Guru. We have all heard this sloka, isn't it? Vasudeva Sutam Devam Kamsa Chanura Devaki Paramanandam Krishnam Vande Jagat Gurum. So that Jagat Gurum, that Krishna, that author of the entire message of Bhagavad Gita, the avatara of that Krishna who took avatara in the Dwapara Yuga, that Krishna, treating him as Jagat Guru, Adi Shankara is offering his salutations to him. Right? And a Guru is one who removes the ignorance by giving knowledge. We must understand this word Guru. Right? There's in fact a very beautiful shloka which is not expert actually Sanskrit grammar, but it is a it is in practice in the language, which defines or explains what a guru is. Right? Ukarastvandakaro vai rukarastanivartakaha andakara nivartitvat guruhu ityabhi diyate. So the word guru has two syllables, gu and ru, right? What the shloka says is that gu stands for andakar, darkness of ignorance. Here in this context, we should take darkness as ignorance. And ru stands for removal of that ignorance. So guru is one who removes the darkness of ignorance by giving knowledge. He is a guru. This is the definition of guru. So to such a guru, Adi Shankara is actually offering his namaskara, his salutations. Right? So Gurave Namaha. And then all the other words in this sloka are defining that guru. What type of a guru he is, right? So first he has said Krishnaya Gurave Namaha. Then he says Aklishtakarine Gurave Namaha. That is how we have to understand this sloka. Because with every adjective which is used, we have to add guru. So Aklishtakarine Gurave Namaha. Vedanta Vedyaya Gurave Namaha. Buddhi Sakshine Gurave Namaha. Satchidananda Rupaya Gurave Namaha. This is how this sloka has to be split and understood. Okay. So, what type of guru he is? He is Krishnaya Gurave Namaha. First starts Krishnaya Gurave Namaha. The guru who is appearing as Krishna, to that guru my salutations. And this also implies his salutations to Mahavishnu at the beginning of the Vishnu Sahasranamam Bhashyam. Because Krishna is what? Avatara of Mahavishnu only. So indirectly, by offering salutations to Lord Krishna, Adi Shankara is also offering salutations to Mahavishnu. Right? And why should one offer salutations? He says, Aklishtakari. Klishtakari means the one who does his work without any effort. Or very easily he does all his work. Right? He doesn't have any tension, any stress in doing what he's supposed to do. He's a Aklishtakari. A Klishtakari is the one who does everything with lot of tensions. The Aklishtakari is the one who does everything without any tension, without any stress or strain. Right? Effortlessly he does his job. Because whenever we do anything, what happens is we do our activities with lot of expectations. All our karmas, if you see, most of them are kamya karmas. There is some expectation on the other. If nothing else, we expect people to praise us. We expect people to say, oh, what a good job you have done. Right? Even if you don't have any material expectations, this expectation in the form of praise, in the form of, patting your back, this is always there with us. But Bhagavan is not that. Bhagavan is doing this entire creation, makes everything work here. He does not have any expectations. You offer puja to him, don't offer puja to him, he is not bothered. You offer anything as a Naivedyam, he doesn't care. Patram, Pushpam, Phalam, Toyam, anything you want to give with Shraddha, you are offering anything, he will accept it. He doesn't care. So he has no expectations from anybody, from anything in this entire creation. And he does his job effortlessly. Because the tension and stress, everything will come only when we do anything with expectation. We are expecting some result, so we have a stress. Oh, whatever I am doing, it should actually bring in the result that I am looking for. Stress. I am doing all these things and I expect everybody to praise me for it. And when you are doing it, this is the thought in your back of the mind. People should say, wow, 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 wow. So that itself builds up stress and strain in your mind. But Bhagavan is a Aklishtakari. He does everything effortlessly because he has no expectations. Right? That's why whenever we work for others, there is always tension. We have a tension, others should not find fault with what I am doing. Whereas when you work for yourself, it is passion. Isn't it? So working for Ishvara and getting the whatever we get in return as a result of that, bhakti or working for Ishvara is devotion. So devotion is the first step to Karma Yoga. Karma Yoga is what? Karma Yoga is offering all our actions to Ishvara, Ishvararpana Bhava, and whatever we get as a result of our actions, accepting that as a prasada, as a Ishvara prasada. The prasada buddhiya, prasada bhavana. That is the essence of Karma Yoga. So whenever we talk of Karma Yoga, we only talk of Nishkama Karma. No expectations. Even if there are expectations, still you subordinate those expectations to what you are getting, because that is what you take it as Ishvara has given this to me, I will accept it as a prasad. It is just like going to a temple. We don't go to a temple expecting certain type of prasad. Oh, today they will have this, laddu prasada, or one day they will have some other type of prasada. We don't go with that expectation. Sometimes when we go, the prasada is finished. And all that we may get as a prasada is some little water, that tirtha we will get. But we will come back happily. We will have the tirtham. We've got something which was offered to God and we have got to share that. That is the attitude with which we must accept everything that we get in our life. So this is the karma yoga, and while doing all these things, Bhagavan does not have any expectations. Similarly, the message is when you are doing, you should also not have any expectations. But result, whatever you do, result is assured. Whether you get it immediately or after some time or in the next birth, the result you will always get. And whatever result you get, accept. Pujya Swamiji gives a very beautiful example. He says that when you are doing something with certain expectations, you may get what you are expecting. You may get more than what you expect. You may get less than what you expect. And sometimes you may get just opposite to what you expect. And for this, he gives a very beautiful example. He says, suppose you want to go to some place, from place A to place B by bus. You have to cross the road to go to the bus stand opposite, and the bus will come there. You will sit in the bus and you will reach your destination. Now, 4 situations are there. You cross the road, stand in the bus stand, immediately within a few seconds or even a couple of minutes, the bus which you want comes, you sit in the bus and go to your destination. Your expectation, what was there, fulfilled. Right? Then, second situation. You actually cross the road, stand in the bus stand, waiting for the bus. It's 5 minutes, bus has not come. But you see a car coming. And the car comes and stops near you. Very nice air-conditioned car. It's a hot season. And then suddenly, the driver, he lowers the window and peeps out, and you find it is your friend who is there in the car. So he asks you, hey, where are you going? So you say, I'm going to so and so place. Oh, excellent. I'm also going that side only. Come on, hop in. I will drop you. More than your expectation. You are wanting to go by a bus. You are now traveling by a beautiful air-conditioned car. And you reach your destination. So, expectation more than. Then less than expectation. You cross the road thinking that, stand in the bus stand thinking that the bus will come in 5 minutes. You wait for half an hour, 1 hour, 1.5 hours. It's very hot sun. You are sweating. You are thirsty. There is no water around. Unfortunately, you forgotten to carry your water bottle. And at last, after 2 hours of waiting, the bus comes. And what happens? You sit in the bus. After some time, the bus breaks down, and then again, less than expectation, you are further delayed in reaching your destination. This is the third situation. The fourth situation is, you're crossing the road, you see a bus coming, so you want to go fast and you don't see your steps, you don't watch your steps, and there is a banana peel and you step on that peel and you slip and fall. Break your head. And when you open your eyes, you find yourself in a hospital. Ask, where am I? Just like they ask in the movies. Opposite to what you expected. You wanted to go to place B, but you landed up in the hospital. So, whenever we have these expectations, all these 4 results are possible. So, what should we do? Whatever result we get, we should take it as this is what I have been destined for. This is what Bhagavan has kept for me for this particular act. Accept it with humility, with reverence. That is what we should do. And in fact, in Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavan, Krishna gives a very beautiful sloka. He says, Namam karmani limpanti, name karma phale spruha, itimam yobi janati karma birnasa bhadyate. Because the moment you take yourself as a doer, that is what is the basis for the expectation. I am doing this, so I expect this. When you are doing with the Ishwararpana Buddhi, that kartrutvam it gets diluted because you are saying, I am doing it to offer it to the God. But when you are doing anything for your own self, for your own benefit, that action leads to punya papa. And punya papa is what here referred to in this sloka as karma. So what Krishna is saying is that he is addressing Arjuna, and he says that since I have no craving for the fruits of my action, these actions do not stick to me. They don't hold me or they don't contaminate me. I don't suffer the consequences of these actions in the form of punya papa because I have no expectations from my actions. I just do it as my dharma, as my duty. Right? So we have to understand that the fruits of action being referred to here, as I told you, is punya papa, and which is the cause for rebirth. So here is a secret revealed. If you want to avoid a rebirth into the world, do all your actions with this.
Put it on this side. Like that. But no one.
All of you, please be aware about your status of your mic, huh? Because somebody opened the mic and we heard some child's voice in the background. So if we want to avoid rebirth, as I was saying, the best thing is start practicing karma yoga, doing all your actions without expectations and offering it to Bhagavan. That's why, in all our puja, everything that we do, in the end, what we do, we say kayena vacha mansa indriyerva buddhyatmanavat prakte subhavat karomi yadyat sagalam parasmai sriman narayanayedi samarpayami. So by saying that, we are disassociating the ownership of that action. You say, all that I have done with all my indriyas, my manase, vacha, karmana, everything, all my indriyas, I am offering to God. I have done it for His purpose, nothing for my own self. This is the essence of karma yoga. That is what we all do. But many of us just mechanically recite this mantra without understanding the import of it. The moment you start understanding the import of this mantra at the end of any puja or any karma that we do, slowly it will start giving you the benefit of that. Okay. So, because Bhagavan does everything effortlessly, he is referred to as Aklishtakari. Okay. And this word Aklishtakari, we can take another meaning also. And that is, who removes all klishtams. Klishtam means what? Troubles, difficulties, or miseries that we face in our life. That is called klishtam. So he is Aklishtakari, means he is the one. Kari means the one who actually does, the doer, Kari, of Aklishtam, removal of all these troubles. So that meaning also we can take. Because Adi Shankara's choice of words are very unique. Such a erudite person, such an intellectual giant he is. He has actually, digested so many scriptures, read so many things. All Puranas, Upanishads, Brahma Sutra, everything. So he picks up words from here and there, and then he knows how to fit a particular word which can give more than one meaning in a particular context. That is the beauty of his Bhashyam. When we read his Bhashyam, it's a very beautiful intellectual exercise, of course, for those who are interested in such things. Other people say, oh, this is all boring and all that. I've got my TV serial to watch, forget about this. Okay. That is why, in this class also, there are almost 60 people who are registered, but only 42, 44 people come for the class. The remaining 18, I'm sure, must be watching some TV serial because they don't find Vishnu Sahasranamam interesting. Somebody are told, okay, somebody is giving this talk, so okay, let us also join. So many people, so many of us join so many groups. Like that, there is a people will have some people have this. I have to join as many groups as possible. That's it. They won't do anything. Don't contribute anything to the group. So like that, it is there. So what I want to say is that this intellectual thing, if you have appreciation for it, you will really enjoy the Bhashya of Srila. Next he says, Vedanta Vedyayai Namaha. Another beautiful expression, right? And Bhagavad Gita again, Vedaischa Sarvai Ahameva Vedyaha, says Bhagavan Krishna to Arjuna. He says, I am the only one worth knowing through the Vedas. Vedanta Shastra Pramana Gamyaha, right? So we can understand Bhagavan or Ishvara only through the Vedas. That is what he is saying, Vedanta Vedyaya Namaha. But where is he? What is the location of that Bhagavan? He says, Buddhi Sakshine Namaha. Buddhi Sakshine Gurave Namaha. Buddhi Sakshi means his pure consciousness. Sakshi, witness. Who witnesses all that is going on in my mind, in my buddhi, in my intellect, all thoughts which are going on, he is the one who is witnessing those thoughts. We say, childhood, whenever we try to do something, your mother will say, don't think nobody is watching you, Bhagavan is watching you. Who is that Bhagavan? Nothing but your consciousness. That consciousness is referred to here as Buddhi Sakshine, right? And Buddhi is actually a rational power, right? It is a discriminating power. The power which enables us to decide what is right and what is wrong. And we have the free will. Bhagavan has given us the free will to decide the right things, choose the right things in our life. But at times we misuse our free will and end up choosing the wrong things also. Isn't it? Choosing or doing the wrong things. So that is why we must be very careful in our thoughts and actions. Because what we think, we become. Now why? Somebody is watching, your own consciousness is watching. So as I said, many times we think that we can do some mischief and get away with it. But we must understand that Bhagavan is the Buddhi Sakshi. He is witnessing everything like a CCTV camera that is going on in our mind, all the thoughts. And then recording all of that for what? For determining your punya papas. What your thought, what your action based on the thought, whether it's a punya karma, papa karma, okay, give him one debit, give him one credit. This is what Buddhi Sakshine Gurave Namaha. Then it says Satchidananda Rupaya Namaha. We have seen the meaning of Satchidananda in the earlier classes. Sat means pure consciousness, pure existence, the existence principle. Chit means pure consciousness, or you can call it the consciousness principle. And Ananda means the happiness principle, right? Limitless happiness. Because this Taittiriya Upanishad defines Ananda as Ananta. Means limitless. So limitless happiness principle. Not experiential happiness. It is the principle, it is the pure happiness we are talking about, Satchidana, right? This is the Swarupam of Ishvara. And as I told you, this is our Swarupam also. Our real nature also is Satchidananda only. We are of the nature of pure consciousness, pure existence, and pure happiness. Unfortunately, we don't know that. That's all, right? So in this first sloka itself, Adi Shankara, he has covered the fundamentals of Vedanta. Starting from Satchidananda And in fact, the word Sat is an auspicious word itself. There are certain auspicious words in the language, and you will find this auspicious words occurring right at the beginning of any work. There's a word like Om is an auspicious word. Ataha is an auspicious word. So many such words are there. And Satta also is an auspicious word like that. That's why he starts with Sachidananda Rupaya. Okay. So that we must understand. So Sachidananda Rupaya Krishnaya Klishtakarine Namo Vedanta Vedyaya Gurave Buddhi Sakshine. So in this sloka, Adi Shankara has meditated upon Nirguna Brahman, the formless Ishvara, and also Saguna Brahman, the Maya Sahitam Brahman. That is what we call Ishvara. Right? One is Brahman, which is Nirgunam, which doesn't have any form. Another is what we call Ishvara, which has a form, and which is Maya Sahitam. Combined with Maya, that Brahman takes the form and name of Ishvara. And all our Vishnu, Shiva, Brahma, all these are all Ishwaras who are Maya Sahitam Brahman. Right? So this is what is the essence of this first sloka. So, and he is also meditating upon his Guru, upon the Guru, Krishna, rather, and who is the giver of the knowledge of all these things. So the basic aspects of Vedanta, Guru, Saguna Brahman, Nirguna Brahman, all these three are covered here in this first sloka itself. And he has brought in the Krishna Avatara also. You see how brilliantly he has done. Because Vishnu Sahasranamam, Krishna Avatara is a very much important character in Vishnu Sahasranamam, isn't it? The central character of Mahabharata itself, in fact. If you want to ask who is the hero of Mahabharata, it is not Arjuna or anybody. Krishna is the hero of Mahabharata. So, because he is a guru for Arjuna also. And through Arjuna, to all of us. At one stage, in another context, he says, Nimitta matram bhava savyasachin, he says. So, Arjuna is only nimitta matram for all the knowledge that Krishna is giving to the entire humanity. Arjuna is just a nimitta, just an instrument through which Krishna has spread this message of Bhagavad Gita to the whole world. Right? So this is another aspect we have to understand in this sloka. So next sloka we will see. Krishna Dvaipayanam Vyasam Sarvaloka Hite Ratam Vedabja Bhaskaram Vande Shamadhi Nilayam Munim. Says Vande, salutations to whom? Krishna Dvaipayanam Vande. I salute Krishna Dvaipayanam. As I told you in one of the earlier classes, Krishna Dvaipayanam is an original name of Vyasa Muni, Veda Vyasa, right? But he was born with a dark complexion. So he was named Krishna. And Krishna was a very popular name at that time, apparently. Even today also Krishna is a very popular name. Isn't it? So in order to identify this Krishna, he was referred to as Dvaipayanam, the one who was born in an island. Krishna Dvaipayanam is a dark complexioned person who was born in an island. So this is the meaning of Krishna Dvaipayanam, right? And to him, he is offering his salutations, right? Then he says, he is himself explaining who is this Krishna Dvaipayanam because he thinks we will not understand. He says Vyasam. Vyasam means what? The one who compiled and distributed and preserved the Vedas. He is Vyasam, Veda Vyasa. Right? We can take all the meanings, in fact, whether you compilation or distribution of Vedas, all this. Vyasa is a very generic word, right? Then he says, Sarva Loka Hite Ratam. Means what? Who finds immense joy in doing good to everybody. Sarva Loka Hite Ratam. Right? And this similar expression is there in Bhagavad Gita also. After all, that is also written by Vyasacharya. Sarva Bhuta Hite Rataha, he says. Right? So here, Sarva Lokam refers to all the living beings in this world. Sarva Lokam, one meaning we can take all the worlds. The 14 lokas. 7 up, 7 down. But here, the meaning we should take is all the living beings. Lokam also has a meaning of living beings. Sarva Lokam means all living beings. Hite Ratam, who does good to them. What is good, he does that, and he finds immense happiness in doing it. Then he says, Vedabja Bhaskaram. Another beautiful expression. Vedabja Bhaskaram. Here, the Vedas are compared to a lotus flower. Abja. Abja means born in water. And it is the name given to lotus flower. So Vedabja Bhaskar. So the Vedas are compared to a lotus flower. What happens? In the early morning before sunrise, the lotus flower will be like a bud. But when the sun rises, it will bloom and become a beautiful lotus. Right? So what here Adi Shankara is implying is this entire Vedas before Vyasa's time were like a bud of a lotus. And Bhaskaram means sun. When the sun shone, the sun in the form of Veda Vyasa shone on those Vedas, they bloomed. They became like beautiful lotus flowers. See his imagination. Great poet. Shankaracharya, if you read and enjoy it, you will actually get more intellectually developed rather if you read Adi Shankara's works, right? So, like the sun helps us to appreciate the entire beauty of a lotus, Veda Vyasa's work makes us appreciate or allows us to appreciate the entire Vedas. And that is what he has done for posterity. Today, if we are talking about all these things, it's only because of that one great Mahatma, Muni, Rishi, Veda Vyasa. If we had not done that in the Pralaya which came after the Dwapara Yuga, everything would have been lost. Everything, the whole Vedas would have become unmanifest. Okay, so Vedabja Bhaskaram Vande. And in fact, even Sanjaya, the last chapter of Bhagavad Gita, he actually thanks Vyasa. Because if you know this background of Bhagavad Gita, Sanjaya is the charioteer or assistant of Dhritarashtra. Dhritarashtra can't see anything. So, Veda Vyasa gives some, Divya Chakshu to Sanjaya so that he can see whatever is going on the battlefield and narrate that to Dhritarashtra. So, referring to that, Sanjaya says in this 18th chapter, Vyasa Prasadat Shrutavan, because of the blessing of Veda Vyasa, I have been able to witness the entire Kurukshetra war, what all went on there. And I have been able to explain this to Dhritarashtra also. So that is the another aspect of the greatness of Vyasa. He had such powers, he could give this divine Divya Chakshu to Sanjaya. Right? So, without these great Mahatmas like Veda Vyasa, Adi Shankara, and other Mahatmas, so many other Mahatmas, we would not have been able to have any access to these Vedas and scriptures and understand them the way we are now trying to understand, right? And we are able to get that knowledge which is there in the scriptures. And which knowledge is very, very important for us to what? Janma samsara bandhanat muchyate. To get rid of this bondage of janma, punarjanma and samsara. It is that knowledge only which is going to deliver us to moksha. So, understanding this is very essential. And that is what. So, Vedabja Bhaskaram Vande. And then, not only that, his works, but his thoughts, his control over his sense organs, and all actions, everything was perfect for Vedavyasa. And that he is, Adi Shankara refers to here as Samadhi Nilayam, Samadhi Nilayam, Samadhi Nilayam, Shama, Dhamma, Uparama, those, Shama is basically, Shama, Dhamma, control of, not control, I would say, managing or directing your sense organs, your thoughts, your mind, all those things come under Shama, Dhamma. So, he is the abode of all these qualities of Shama, Dhamma, etc. Very patient person, mastery over his thoughts, does not indulge in unnecessary activities, very focused he is, and he has the capacity to bear all these extremes like heat and cold, all these dualities which are there, extremes, he has the capacity to bear them, right? And he has full shraddha in whatever he says. He is not the one who has something in his mind and in something else in his tongue. There is alignment between his thoughts and actions. This word Shamadhi Nilayam conveys all these meanings. Nilayam means what? Nilayam means a house, an abode. He is the abode of Samadhi. Samadhi, when you Tattvabodha students will now learn what is Samadhi. Shama, Dhamma, Uparama, Titiksha, all that we will see in Tattvabodha. So, he is the abode, he is the home of all these things, and these are all the qualities which any spiritual seeker should aspire to achieve. All these qualities which he is describing about Vedavyasa, which I just told you, should be the goal of every spiritual seeker. If not to the level of Vedavyasa, at least if you achieve 1% of that, you will be a very great spiritual seeker. Or the Samadhi Nilayam. Samadhi, this Sharka Sampati, it says. Then he says, Munim Madde. Munim means what? Mananashilaha. Mananashilaha Munihi. Maunan Munihi. Also, there's another derivation. So he is always, he will speak when it is required to speak. Otherwise, he will keep quiet. He will not speak when it is not required. That is all our problem. We will speak. Many people have got this urge to speak. They want to talk. In fact, where I was there in Nananani, Coimbatore, you go to the dining hall, you cannot imagine the amount of, the sound which is there in the dining hall. Anybody will come and sit and start talking. And if you want to look for a silent place, dining hall is the last place. Because people have this urge. They can't control their, any organ for that matter. You have to overcome that. In the spiritual path, speak when it is required, when you are required to speak. Otherwise, just keep quiet. And when you keep quiet, silence, in fact, is a very great healer for all your mental agonies and pains. And in that silence, if you are able to meditate, nothing like it. Automatically, all those thoughts which are bothering you, which are troubling you, which are causing agony, will go away. And you will focus only on the thought, which is the thought for the meditation, which is the object of your meditation. So, Munim Vande says, right? And Vedavyasa, his thoughts are always focused on what? benefit of maximum number of individuals, maximum number of the human kind. So that is all. That is why also he is called a Munihira, right? So Shankaracharya is conveying all these gunas or attributes of Vedavyasa through this Samadhi Nilayam. This one word he is conveying this, right? So Satya Munim Vande. So next sloka, let's see. Sahasramurte Purushottamasya Sahasranetranana Padabaho Sahasranamnam Stavanam Prashastam Nirujyate Janma Jaradi Shantyaye. Very nice sloka again. Main sentence of this sloka is Sahasranamnam Stavanam Prashastam Janma Jaradi Shantyai Niruchyate. Niruchyate means I am giving this explanation, or explanation is being given. Right? Shastrartham Nishchitya Uchyate is Niruchyate. The meaning of the Shastras are being explained, of the Vishnu Sahasranam is being explained. Right? So after ascertaining the correct meaning of each name of Mahavishnu, as per Vishnu Sahasranama, as per the Shastra, Shankaracharya is saying here, I am not giving this is not my interpretation. He is directly saying that all I am going to tell you, all the explanation I am giving you, is the explanation of the 1,000 names of Mahavishnu based upon what the scriptures say. That is what I am going to say. That's so we should take it. So Uchyate is there. It's a Prathama Purusha in Sanskrit language, means referring to a third person. Here we should take it as Maya Uchyate is being told by me. Right? So what is being told? Sahasranamnam Stavanam. Stavanam means stotra or stuti. Right? That is Stavanam. Sahasranamnam, the 1,000 names. So Sahasranamnam Stavanam means Vishnu Sahasranama Stotra. So I am explaining the meaning of the 1,000 names of Mahavishnu, of this Vishnu Sahasranama Stotra, based upon the meanings which I have understood from the reading of the Shastras, study of the Shastras, right? And what type of Vishnu Sahasranam it is? It is Prashastam. Prashastam means famous, very popular. That which is glorified by the elders and wise people, right? Such a stavanam, such a stuti, such a stotra is what I am going to give you the explanation. Adi Shankara, he has written Bhashyam, commentary on Upanishads, Brahma Sutra. Then he has written Bhashyam on, very detailed Bhashyam on Bhagavad Gita. And he has also written Vishnu Sahasranama, the Bhashyam on Vishnu Sahasranama. So he is the abode of all scriptural knowledge. You can't write commentary unless you have got a very vast and in-depth knowledge of the scriptures. Not only Vedas, all other scriptures also. All Shastra, other Nyaya Shastra, Vyakaranam, everything, Vedangas, you must have very good knowledge. And he has mastered it at a very young age. That's why he is called Avatara of Shiva. Whether he is Avatara of Shiva or not, it is impossible today's age for any human being to achieve what Adi Shankara has achieved and left it for the world, right? So he knows all the Puranas, Itihasas, everything. And if you read his Bhashyam, left, right and center, he will quote from various sources in order to make his point. That my point is the correct interpretation because this Purana says so, that Itihasa says, this Upanishad says, like that, he will quote. We will see a lot of that examples in Vishnu Sahasranama itself when we go to the Bhashyam, right? And that is why, every class we prayer we offer, Smriti, Shruti Smriti Purana Alayam Karunalayam Namami Bhagavat Padam Shankaram Loka Shankaram. He is the Alayam, abode of what? Shruti Smriti Purana. And what? Not ordinary Alayam, Karunalayam, compassionate abode. It is because of his compassion that he has done all these works and given it to the humanity. That's what we must understand. Right? It's an encyclopedia of knowledge of the scriptures. And he also knows what to quote in what context. In fact, I often say in some other classes rather, if Shankaracharya had been alive here now, he would have been the most leading lawyer of the Supreme Court. His arguments are blemishless. You can't just, argue against it. Because he's got so much material he will provide you. For you to actually, negate each one of them, it will take, it is an impossible task. And that is why he was, a leading teacher during his times. So, Sahasramurte Purushottamasya. So, Bhagavan here is described in different ways. Actually, Bhagavan is described in different ways in our scriptures. And sometimes, they may appear contradictory also. And it causes a lot of confusion. And when we try to understand the concept of God, based upon what other religions say, and try to apply that understanding to our scriptures or our understanding of Ishvara or Bhagavan, we get totally confused. So it is very necessary for us to understand what Bhagavan is from the point of view. That is why in the beginning I told, in our religion, God is not something to be believed, but God is someone to be discovered and understood. That is our approach, towards God, right? And so, as I was saying, the different ways God is described, at a very basic level. That is, as a child, Bhagavan is introduced to us as Rama and Krishna in Mahabharata and Ramayana and Mahabharata, right? The stories. Thus, at this stage, the Bhagavan is given a human form so that every child can relate to it. And the values that this Bhagavan in the human form, which they follow, is taught to the children. So they can absorb those values for a good life, right? They have impressive minds, so these values can easily be absorbed by them. Then the next level, these deities, this Bhagavan is introduced through the Puranas. We study the Bhagavatam, Vishnu Purana, Skanda Purana, Shiva Purana, so many Puranas are there. And in fact, most of the sotrams that we chant are all taken from the Puranas, many of them, right? And this is necessary because there is the buddhi or the intellect has developed to the next stage. And it has the capacity to understand Bhagavan as a certain power. A power that is not restricted to Rama or Krishna or a human form alone, but beyond that. That power is much bigger. So Brahma, Vishnu, Shiva, and all the devatas are all introduced to us through these Puranas. So this is a more advanced presentation of the concept of Bhagavan. But that is not the ultimate truth. At this stage also, at this Purana stage also, we say Bhagavan is in heaven, he is in Vaikuntha, he is in Kailasha, Brahmaji is in Brahmaloka, all these things we say. But this is relevant only for that stage. What happens in other religions is they have stopped at that stage. They have tried to see what our religion says. Beyond that, their intellect did not allow them to go. They have stopped at that stage. And that is why they say, our God is sitting in heaven and is somewhere else in whatever they call. I don't even remember. I can't recall. That is why they have got a location for a God, and that God has got a sex in the sense he is a male God, he is a he. Unfortunately, we don't have that kind of a gender bias and all that, right? For us, male, female, all are God, God, goddesses, everything is there. Because our fundamental aspect is Brahman and Maya. This Brahman and Maya is what is being represented as the male and female God at the Purana stage, at the middle or the next stage of intellectual development. That is what is presented in our Shastra, right? And in fact, this subject is very beautifully dealt with by one Mahatma. He was called Sarvajñatva Muni, who is believed to be the disciple of Sureshwaracharya, who was a disciple of Adi Shankara, and Sureshwaracharya also was the first Madhatipati of Kanchi Mata. So this Sarvajñatva Muni was his disciple, and he has written a very beautiful text. In that, he has written a nice commentary on Brahma Sutra, all in a sloka form. It's called Sankshepa Sharirikam. There he elaborates how the teaching about the Ishvara should be done. Very nicely he elaborates. I don't know whether I will have the time to complete it today, otherwise we will continue in the next class. Okay, I will just introduce it. He says that, starts by saying most people have got a very low level of intellectual maturity or spiritual maturity, including children. So it is easy to teach them that Ishvara is in Tirupati, in Tiruchendur, in Mata Vaishno Devi. Give a location to Ishvara. It is easy to teach them that at the low level of intellectual maturity, the spiritual maturity, right? It is just like telling the Prime Minister is in Delhi, but he rules over all over India. That can be easily understood by us. If we say that Prime Minister's power is all over India, we won't even be able to visualize what power means unless you know exactly what power means. So you just tell Prime Minister sits in India, in Delhi, and he governs over all over India. This is easily understood by all the people. That's why most of the people in villages and all that who are not very literate and all that, for them this is the knowledge that we should give, not more than that. Don't get into the nitty-gritties and all, they will get confused. So this is how at that level you have to introduce, he says, right? So similarly, Perumal is sitting in Vaikuntham, or Shiva is sitting in Kailasa, all that you tell. And he calls them Bandha Adhikari. Bandha Adhikari means the bottommost intellectual capacity, people who have the bottommost intellectual capacity or spiritual development. First stage, he talks about. I think we are almost at time. We will stop here, say the prayers, and take any questions, and we'll continue in the next class. Okay. Om Purnamadav Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadhaya Purnameva Vasishyate Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om. Thank you all once again.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Raghuji, I
Guruji.
have a question, Raghuji.
Thank you, Mama.
Maybe.
Thank you, Mama. Namaskaram.
Thank you, Guruji.
Mama.
Namaskaram.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Namaskaram.
Maybe I missed it. The shlokas that you chanted as a Mangala shloka, was the file sent to us, Raghuji?
Yeah, I sent you that Bhashyam file,
Yeah,
Yeah.
you sent the Bhashyam file, but the shlokas just started. I have it. The shlokas just started as Vaishampayana Uvacha. That's how it started.
1 second.
I'm sorry.
These slogas are not there. These slogas are
Yeah,
not
these
there.
slokas are not there.
These
More.
Not there?
I'm sorry, I might have misled that. I was under the impression that I have actually typed right from the beginning.
Okay.
But if it is starts from Vaishampayana Uvacha, I will send these slokas separately to you tonight.
Thank you so Thank you so much, Raghuji, because I keep missing. So that's what I said. I wanted to make sure, that I didn't miss anything.
Guruji, can it be sent in
yeah,
Tamil?
yeah.
Tamil. You do have a Tamil version of it. I cannot read Sanskrit. You have it.
Very, very tough question.
Hmm.
Because this itself, from the textbook, I am typing in Sanskrit.
Oh, I
If I will
see.
type in Tamil also, I don't know, where I will get time to do that. But
Oh, I
having
see.
said that, let me tell you, I'm not promising.
Or English. Or English.
Tamil may be easier.
Whichever way is.
Let me see.
Okay.
English,
Okay, sir. Okay, Guruji.
or the English, let me see what I can do. English also,
Yeah.
I may be able to do that.
Yeah, whichever is easy for you.
Yeah, I will try to do, and in small bits and pieces, because in any class we will be covering only a small portion. So that is
Okay. Okay, Guruji. Thank you.
try to work before the next class and send you these shlokas, the 3 shlokas, which I'm very sorry. It's just a mistake.
That's okay. No. And I have another question, Raghuji. What is the Bhashyam author you're following, Raghuji? What is the Bhashyam? Is it Ramakrishna Mission Mat?
No.
Bhashyam?
It is a publication of Gita Press Gorakhpur.
Gorakhpur. Okay, okay, thank you.
Yeah.
I just wanted to know that.
Gorakhpur
Okay.
publication. That is the
Okay,
Bhashyam.
thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, Guruji.
Thank you.
Guruji.
Mahodaya, I have a question.
Thank you, Guruji.
Please.
Thank you, Guruji.
Any other question?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
have a question. Can I ask?
Namaste, Guruji.
Namaste.
My question is, you mentioned about the Sarvagyata Muni. In which book has he written that? I missed on that.
See,
You
he
said-
has written a commentary on Brahma Sutra.
Okay.
This Brahma Sutra commentary, it is called what I told you, Sharirika. We just refer to that.
Sankshepa Sharirakam. Sankshepa Shari.
Sankshepa
Sharikam.
Sharirika.
Sankshepa.
That is the
Yes.
Brahma Sutra, but it's all in verse form.
Okay.
It's all in shloka form. He has written a beautiful, I have of course not read it, I have heard it from my gurus.
No problem. I just
What is
wanted
it?
that name, just as a note, I wanted to keep it.
Yeah,
That's it.
Sankshepa Sharirika. Sharirika.
Okay.
That is the,
And I think
And-
somebody asked for the Tamil version, no? I
Yeah.
think we can get not the Bhashyam, but the Vishnu Sahasranamam if he wants, it will be there on the
that will be
Vaidika
fine.
Vijnanam.
Sahasranamam Tamil version is available in internet as many.
Yeah. Yeah, Bhashyam Tamil version is difficult because it's there in
the Tamil
Sanskrit.
version, Vishnu Sahasranam will not have these 3 shlokas which I chanted today. Isn't it?
Yes, yeah, it is not there.
Not that
Just
it is.
if we go to Bhashyam, in fact, maybe next class we will start with the Sri Vaishampayana Uvacha.
Yes.
And Srutva Dharman Aseshayana, we will start with that.
Yes, correct.
There, the word Dharman itself, Shankaracharya gives a big explanation for what the Dharman means. So
Yes,
that's all
yes,
interesting part of the Bhashyam. No?
correct.
So that is what is more interesting in these talks rather than just Vishnu Sahasranama slokas.
Yes,
We will see all
yes,
that.
I,
Very interesting.
sure.
Raghuji, can you repeat the Muni's name? Sarvagaya. What is the Muni's name,
Sarvajnata
Raghuji?
Muni.
Sarva?
Nyata.
Sarvajnata.
Nyadatu.
Okay.
Nyadatu.
Nyadatu. Thank you.
The one who knows everything.
Sarva.
Sarvajnata Muni.
Yeah.
Guruji, about the shlokas, can I say something?
Yes.
Will it be easier if you just record the shlokas and then just send it as a voice message to everybody on the WhatsApp? Everybody can listen to it and write down in their own language.
These 3 slokas?
These shlokas, instead of you typing in English and going through such a lengthy procedure, if you can just recite and then send it as a voice message to
The
everybody.
person who requested for what that he can't read Sanskrit.
No, that's why if you just recite and record it on the WhatsApp as a
What will be the point? He can't still read.
no.
They
voice-
can translate by themselves.
reciting, Guruji.
Yeah.
We can voice record
Reciting is only these. See, from this the Mangala shlokas which are there in Mahabharata, that is there in Vishnu Sahasranamam itself. So reciting that, for that you get English version, in Tamil version, in any language version in internet. But these 3 shlokas which you are talking about, I don't need to actually type these 3 shlokas. They are already there. It is just my mistake. I didn't add it in the beginning of the Sri Vaishampayana, before Sri Vaishampayana Uvacha. So for me, it is not a big problem. It's not typing in English. Actually, I will convert this Sanskrit into IAST script rather, Roman diacritic script. And there is software available for that. Through that, it can be easily done. Copy, paste, and then convert, and then copy, paste. So I am quite adept in doing all that. I've been doing this for a last 10 years rather. So even, Swami Paramahananda's, some of the talks, Atma Bodha, Tattva Bodha, and all that, which I transcribed, all based upon, using this kind of software only. So it's not a big problem. So I will try. I mean, whatever best I can do, I will certainly try to do that. And I'm sure that it's not very time consuming also. Half an hour, 1 hour in a week, if I spend, I will be able to give you enough material for next 1 or 2 classes. That is, so don't worry about it.
Thank you, Swamiji.
Thank you. Any other,
Good night.
Guruji, can I ask you something, Mama?
Yes.
If a guru is one who guides us or who helps us with Sambandha, Abhideya, and Prayojana. Is that correct?
No.
Guru teaches us Sambandha, Abhideya, Prayojana. No?
Guru or anybody, this all what we are talking about is that anybody who is writing a text, he has to upfront state why he is writing that text. So this adhikari, sambandha, prayojana and all, he has to say why, who is the adhikari for this text? Who are the people who are eligible to follow this text?
Adhikari, not Adhikari. Abhideya.
Chatushtaya, it's called
Four types of gurus are there, right?
There are not 4 types of gurus. No. It's all totally don't. There are no 4 types of gurus. Guru is only one who removes your ignorance. There is only one type of guru. You have ignorance of a particular subject matter. The one who removes your ignorance is the guru. There are no different types of guru. This is all utter confusion. People have come without understanding. You read so many texts and totally get confused. There are no
Yes,
types of guru.
so you may be right, Mama. The thing is, I got confused. I've attended this recently Gita classes of where we were told that there were 4 gurus, and Siksha Guru, Padarakshaka Guru, and 4 types spiritual. Like, so in that they have used
that way you can say. There is an English teacher, there is a Tamil teacher, there is a physics teacher, there is a mathematics teacher, like that you can say. But when you talk about guru, you must be clear, guru is a generic name meant only for the one who is removing any ignorance. So that way any teacher is a guru. So you, why 4? I can quote 400 gurus for you. Why only 4? You should ask in that class, why you are talking only 4 Padarakshaka Guru and all that? Why you are talking about 4?
I'm not question.
Ashtavakra Gita. In Ashtavakra Gita, everything is a guru, he says. Sky is a guru. Ceiling is a guru. Everything, an animal is my guru. So you must read Akshara. There are so many gurus that way if you see. But guru as a generic name, generic word means the one who removes ignorance. That's all. And that can be only one type. You can have gurus for different subjects, but guru is only one type who removes ignorance. And what you said was Anubandha Chatushtayam. It is called Anubandha Chatushtayam, means every composer of any scriptural text. The practice when somebody composes a scriptural text, what was the practice? That scriptural text will be actually reviewed by many other scholars. It is the practice which we even have today for PhD, isn't it?
Hmm.
When you write a thesis, it will be reviewed by a panel of people who are all experts on that subject. And then they will question you. Similarly, anybody who writes any text has to state upfront, because in the Shastra, in the committee of the scholars, they don't want any wasteful work. They don't want anybody to copy from somewhere and then come up with exactly like what we are today in thesis and all that. So they will have to explain this Anubandha Chatushtayam, which consists of who is the adhikari for this text, what is the prayojanam of this text, all that 4 aspects are there, Anubandha Chatushtayam, they have to explain. That is what you referred to in the beginning, Anubandha Chatushtayam. Nothing to do with the guru. Anybody who is either a guru or not a guru, he has to, when he is writing, composing anything, Anubandha Chatushtayam is a compulsory thing. If it is not there, no scholar will review that thing. That is why Shankaracharya at the beginning of Bhagavad Gita Bhashyam, he gives a very beautiful Anubandha Chatushtayam. Because so many other people have written about Bhagavad Gita Bhashyam. The question is why Shankaracharya again wants to write a Bhagavad Gita Bhashyam? What is he going to add to that? So he explains what he is going to add. And he points out the weakness or the deficiencies of the other bhashyams which were existing at that time. And he says that I am going to write the bhashyam or commentary to fill those deficiencies, to make up for those deficiencies which I find in other bhashyam texts. So this is all, there is a system for doing all that. That is what is you have to understand. Okay.
Okay. Thank you, ma'am.
And last week, I think I told you about this one shloka from Ramayana, right?
You were to mention that, I think. Yeah, you.
I asked you to remind me. You forgot
Yes.
to remind me. But I remember to remind myself. Anyhow, this is a very nice shloka. And that is because if you understand this shloka in its full import, you will understand our entire Hindu philosophy. And this one, see, there is this story goes like this. As I told you, I'm not sure. Some people say it is in Tulsi Ramayana and all, but this is the shloka is in Sanskrit. Tulsi Ramayana is not in Sanskrit. So I don't know from where this is got. But anyhow, this is a conversation between Rama and Hanuman. Okay. So Rama is asking Hanuman, Hey Anjaneya, Hey Anjani Putra, Kosi, who are you? Naraha va Naraha va. Are you a human being or you are something other than a human being? This question Rama is asking Hanuman. Now, Hanuman is taken aback, shocked. Just Rama is I've been with Rama for so long. Why is he suddenly asking this question? Then Hanuman realizes that this is not a very simple question which Rama is asking. He wants me through this question, through the answer to the question, to reveal a fundamental truth of our entire culture. So the answer Hanuman gives is a beautiful answer. He says, Sharira Drishtya, Deha Drishtya, Dasoham. Deha Drishtya, Dasoham. Jiva Drishtya, Twadamshakam. Tattva Drishtya, Twamevaham. Iti me Nishchita Matihi. What is saying? From Deha Drishtya, from the standpoint of my body-mind complex, Dasoham, I am your servant. Dvaita philosophy. Dasoham philosophy. I am separate, Ishvara is separate. That philosophy, right? Then he says, Jiva Drishtiya Twadamshakam Visishta Dvaita. From the point of view of Jivatma and Paramatma, I am a part of you. I, Jivatma, am a part of you. Paramatma. Tvad Amshakam. Amsha means part. So Atma Drishtya Twadam Shakam. Tattva Drishtya. Tattva means reality, the absolute reality. Tattva Drishtya Tvamevaham. I am you. There is no difference from the standpoint of absolute reality. There is no difference between you and me. This is Advaita, Advaita Vedanta. So in one shloka, he has actually covered Dvaitam, Visishta Dvaitam, and Advaita. And he says, Iti me nischayam atihi. This is my conviction. This is my conclusion, understanding. So through this shloka, he has actually explained the entire spiritual path. Our spiritual path in our culture starts from Dvaita and it has to end in Advaita. That is what this shloka says. It's a beautiful shloka. So I just wanted, because I promised you last time, I thought I will.
Thank you so much. I forgot. Sorry.
And what happens is people get confused, they get stuck in Dvaitam, then they don't understand Advaita. Because they don't move beyond Dvaita. They don't even come to Visishta Advaita. Because Visishta Advaitam stage, Jivatma, Paramatma stage also is a very important stage for us to understand. You have to pass through that. People from the high school, they don't directly want to jump to PhD, it won't happen. They will mess up the whole PhD business. So you have to go through high school, undergraduate, postgraduate, then go to PhD level. So this shloka, it takes you through that journey. If you understand this shloka, you know your spiritual path. This is what I have to do. Then check what stage I am in. Whether I am in the Dvaita stage, which is I am a Dasoham stage. Because at the end, from Dasoham to Soham is what is the entire Vedanta is about. Entire spiritual journey is about. From Dasoham to Soham.
4 lines, no, Mama. Deha Drishtya Dasoham, Jiva Drishtya Tvadanshakam, Tattva Drishtya Tvamevaham. Another line.
Tvamevaham, Tvamevaham.
Tvamevaham.
Me Nischita Matihi.
Then you alert or just can you recite it in the?
You want to write down, I can recite it again.
Okay, tell me.
No, it's okay, Mama.
Deha Drishtya
Dasoham. Aham Dasaha. Jiva Drishtya Twadamshakam.
Twadamshakam.
Twadamshakam. Tvad means your, Amshakam means part. Then next one, Tattva Drishtya. Tattva means absolute reality. We are talking about reality. Tattva Drishtya Tvameva Aham. Iti me Nischita Matihi.
Again, repeat it.
Iti me maya, my Nischita Matihi.
Mahodaya, sorry, I missed the second line. Second line.
Second line, Tattva Drishtya.
Jiva Drishta.
Second, you want Jiva Drishti? Jiva Drishtya Tvad Amshakam.
Then
Tattva Drishtya Tvamevaham. Tvameva Aham. Evakara is important. Tvam eva, you alone I am. He is telling who? Hanuman is telling Rama. That there is no difference between you and me, Rama, from the standpoint of absolute reality. We both are the same. Advaita Vedanta, simple, non-dual Brahman. You are Sachidananda, I am Sachidananda. That's it. That's what Hanuman is implying here. So it's a very beautiful sloka. Wherever it is occurring, it doesn't matter. But for us to understand our entire religion, the spiritual path that one should take, this sloka covers it in a very beautiful, simple 2 verses, 2 lines. So, have you all written it down, those who are interested? Okay, good.
Dhanyavada, Mahodaya.
Any more questions? If it is not there, we will end the session. No more questions?
Namaste, Guruji.
Okay, namaste.
Thank you.
Hari
Thank
Om.
you.
Thank you all.
Hari Om.
Thank you very
Harihi
much.
Om. Namaste.
Thank
Hari
you.
Om, Hari Om, Hari Om.
Bye.
Hari Om.
Thank you. Namaskaram.